don't let this calm exterior fool you. I am absolutely shitting myself. The words cannot come to my brain about how I feel about my future as a father. I have no idea if I'm going to be a good father or a bad father. I'm certainly going to have fun finding out. But I suppose this is one thing that every man has to go through. It's like a rite of passage, if you will. I've been spending a lot of time with my own father over the past couple of months, just to sort of reconnect. I mean, me and my father, we've always got on, but like, it's just glazing over the surface. It's not like really connecting as people, but over the past couple of months we've reconnected as people. I mean, I would now regard my father as a really good friend, which is possibly something that, you know, might not never have happened if I didn't decide to become a father myself. One thing that everybody decides to do whenever they find out that they're having a baby is they decide to themselves, well, I'm not going to repeat the same mistakes that my parents made. Now, for one, I can't think of any mistakes that my parents made. My view on everything is my parents made whatever decisions they made, and I'm now here as a result of it, speaking to you people. So whether they made good choices or bad choices is irrelevant. I'm now at this stage, this point in my life, where I'm now having a child of my own. This is not going to be my parents' first grandchild. My sister has already got a wee boy. He's 1.5. He's named Carter. Hi Carter, if you're watching. She's also expecting another child. In fact, she's overdue by 2 days. Well, she's overdue by 3 days. Sorry. This is going to be her second child, and she doesn't know whether it's a girl or a boy yet. But we're going to have fun finding out whenever she gets admitted to the hospital any day now. Elaine's parents, on the other hand, this is going to be their first grandchild, so there's going to be a lot of spoiling, which is good, you know. The purpose of the video blog, or vlog as I've called it, and you've heard it here first, kids, it's going to be trademarked by me. You will not be using it. It's mine, baby. Mine. Anyway, no, I digress again. Okay. When I first found out that I was going to be a father, a range of emotions came through. There was lots and lots of emotions. There is such a thing as the Kubler-Ross model, and the Kubler-Ross model describes in 5 discrete stages the process by which people deal with grief and tragedy. Now, I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. It's not. It's a blessing. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But I wonder what would happen if you could apply the Kubler-Ross model to the process of becoming a father. Let's think about that for a second. Now, the first stage is denial. What? Really? I'm going to be a father? Oh, shit. The second stage of the Kubler-Ross model is anger. The third stage of the Kubler-Ross model is bargaining. Tell you what, I'll give you 50 quid if you say it was the milkman's. The penultimate stage, or stage number 4 as we're calling it here, is depression. My Xboxes! My wonderful, wonderful Xboxes! And of course, we end up with the final stage, which is acceptance. Who's that daddy? Who's that daddy? Who's that daddy? Yes! Yes! Karen! Okay, now that's the funny stuff out of the way. Well, not really, all this is just going to be bullshit talking anyway, so try not to be offended by the language and just try to take something away with you. But anyway, I'll keep talking. The stuff that's been happening so far is, obviously, I've planted my seed. It's fun doing that. So, went to the doctors. Well, first of all, whenever she found out she was pregnant, the morning she found out, she told her mother. I suppose that's a mother-daughter thing to do, to sort of make sure everything's okay. We then had a few doctor's appointments, just to make sure that the tests we used were accurate and she was in fact up the spout. And yeah, she is. Oh yeah, it's well and truly sown. So around that time, just before Christmas, Elaine was really, really sick. I mean, the morning sickness was really, really bad for my wife. It was unbelievable. Even now, the smell of vegetables makes her want to retch. It just makes her want to violently empty her guts out onto the pavement. Thankfully, most of that has subsided, but we were pretty much for a month there living on takeaways. I mean, man cannot live on Chinese food alone, well, unless he's a Chinese man, of course, but they just call that food back there. What I do have to show you people is, I don't know if you can see this, it says, the first time you saw me. So, little person, you will see here the date of your first scan was the 25th of the 1st, 2007 at 3:45 in the afternoon. That was a bollocks of a day. I was not there, I was away looking for food, but your mother tells me it was a harrowing experience. I'm sure she'll tell you all about it when you're older. But anyway, if we can open up here, and maybe we can, if you can see that, I'm holding it up as straight as I can. You see that? That, see at the other end there, up here, that's the head there, lying on your arm. That's your wee body there, and there's a wee leg down there, you see there? So that's what I'm calling Peanut at the minute. Now, that name will change because you won't, the child will not be the size of a peanut. In fact, it isn't the size of a peanut anymore. It's about that size. It's about the size of a plum. So I'm going to start calling the entity Plum, and it could be a possible name. So there you go. That's me in a nutshell, and that's my purpose for doing this in a nutshell. I hope you all keep watching. I'm hoping to have more, well, I will have more information to tell you all, and I will have a lot more funny stories and hopefully some really, really dirty jokes. I'm kidding. Well, maybe, we'll see. But that's pretty much it for this episode. So until then, I'll be seeing you all later. And remember, whatever you're doing to each other, make sure it's legal. And if it's not legal here, make sure it's legal somewhere.